Hello, welcome back to another Drewtorial, which I am calling them now. I used to have Drewtorials in the past, but yeah, it's been a while since I've really done these. So I'm recording this on the same day as the Drunk Lydia one, but you won't see this around the same time. So kind of spacing them out. But anyways, enough on that. I am going to do a breakdown video process again. This time for Dryrna for the Valentine's Day piece. That's what it is. So I'm going to start with this. As you can see, here's the basic sketch again. Sort of played around with a different angle of the head this time, an interesting angle as well. And there's my kind of reference image. I'm not going to show my face, but here's what I was using for making the heart. As you can see, having your own reference is quite helpful, as you don't have to struggle with doing it blindly. And there's the actual reference piece. Actually, there's also this one that I was using as her real reference piece. But anyways, yeah, there is her details, and then here's her hair. And like I said, I like to color code them. In this case, I only used 2 colors, and yeah, I was a bit kind of lazy with these color pickings because I don't really need to have so many colors all the time. But yeah, there's all the details, and like I always like to flesh out as many details as possible in my piece, so the planning, the actual creation of it goes more smoothly. I mean, with anything, the more you plan, the better it'll turn out. So yeah, there's the sketch, there's a reference. Let's get down to the breakdown again. So I didn't color code my background this time, and the color coding for this one is going to be different in that yellow equals the flats and the green is the shading and highlights. I'm not very strict on how I organize this. I'm just to tell them apart for the purposes of a tutorial and my own sanity. But yeah, let's see. Let's first reveal the entire piece. So there you go. There's the line art and the flats all done. I think yeah, there's, you can also have a reference piece in a sub view on Manga Studio and Clip. So that's what I do. You can automatically eye drop the colors, and you can also just move around and whoops and zoom in like that. And there's the full piece. So there's that. Details of her get a bit more solid each time, but that's not for me to talk about in this video. Let's see. Let's start with, oh yeah, so the orange layers I've labeled as line art for this one. I kind of try to go through the rainbow spectrum from first to last. So red's always been sketch for me. So for the line arts, no, not for the line arts, for the flats. Okay, here we go. Main. So in this one, I combine all my flats into one layer. Sometimes I do that because I usually just go based on the selection. So if I want to just select the hair only, there you go. I just have only selected her pinkish hair color. Meanwhile, I can just select the skin, or here, or here, or here, or here. You get the idea. The other way I would select is through the line art, which you can't do because it's hidden. Other than this one. There we go. That works. So yeah, that's how I do it. That's how I color. That's also how I like isolate for shading too. So there you have the skin. Oh, actually, before I do skin, actually for this one I did the background first. So I just started with dark brown basic, and for this one I didn't really think too much about backgrounds, but I came up with the kind of a heart. I'm gonna hide Dryrna. Where can I? There it is. The folder containing her. I like making folders and folders. So let's see. Yeah, so I just made a basic yellow heart. I used the symmetry tool for this one too. And then I just kind of, like later on I did this, but I just put some streaks of red because I'm trying to simulate lava whenever I do Dryrna. So yellows, oranges, and reds are always good. I'm gonna like figure out how I'm gonna explain how this. So I duplicated that layer, blurred it, and sometimes I use the add low, sometimes I use screen, sometimes I just don't bother with it either. This looks pretty nice anyways. Yellow's pretty bright. Oh, there's a bit of a fuzz. I call it fuzz, but it's just like clouds. It's like lit up smoke, I guess you can say. I'll get on that later because I didn't do that next. I did veins, I think. Kind of made it more. It still looks lavally, but it also kind of looks like plants. It's kind of a neat hybrid combination that I didn't really intend. But did the same thing, duplicated, blurred, some more glow. This one I did an add low. Let's see, hard orange. Oh yeah, so the other thing is I kind of wanted to have a vine twisting around. I can't exactly show it because I erased stuff, but I just drew a line over top. Like I do with the line art layer, I use vector layers and I just tweak the tangents and curves. Actually, just the curves, not tangents, to make it more smooth. And then I erased, just using a soft eraser, I just erased little bits that would appear to go under. Now it kind of looks like it's kind of it doesn't look like it's going right behind because it just like kind of fading to black, but the way I've organized my glows and stuff, it worked out this way. Hard orange glow, yeah, same deal, duplicated and blurred. That one's starting to get a bit more convincing now because it's now blurry too. Excuse my bird screaming. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I guess I just did the fuzz from here. Based on what I've drawn out here, I just kind of smoky, glow, cloud. And then I also increased some brightness over where the two vines intersect, and just sort of like touch base on whatever custom touches I wanted to make. There's no real explanation of how I did that in particular. And then I kind of did wanted to do kind of like a rocky texture underneath it because it's still lava. So I just used a stock texture you can find in here. Material, texture. I think I did... I don't know which one I did. Rough texture? Oh yeah, it's rough textured. It's even right there. Anyways, now let's bring Dryrna back. So here we go. This is... Oh, and next thing I did, lava heart. So there you have it there. I'm going to zoom in because this only concerns this part anyways. So just a simple heart again, using the symmetry tool as well. I blurred it and then put some orange and yellow specks to make it like lava. I'm getting better at doing lava. It's really simple. Start with red and just work your way up to yellow. I also put some add low, of course, and screens. They always help. Then I added little rock chunks on both top and bottom, so behind and in front. And this one, it's pretty simple. Just made simple shapes, made some brighter sides to it, give them some more depth. And then I did some shading. Like you can't really see it with these two, but so I brightened parts where it was brighter around the yellow parts, and then I darkened elsewhere. Same thing with the back, but you can't really see it, so there's not much to explain on that and show and even do for that matter. So yeah, so let's zoom back out. There you have it. Now this is why I chose to do this first, because as I planned, this heart will be emitting light, not to mention the background. So you have two sources of light going on here. Maybe even the third from the bottom, because she's a lava mermaid. She swims in lava. So, okay, let's see. Let's start with... Oh yeah, another thing is I had the tail as its own section because I was thinking about blurring in the background because it's kind of a little far away. I also was trying to figure out the positioning, what would be the best for composition. So there's always that. Oh yeah, so let's get on with the actual shading. So there's that. I think actually I did not do skin first. I did the hands first because the hands are going to be the first thing to be affected by the lighting. So hands and neck, because they all have the same color scheme, same color, whatever. So shading around that. Not to mention, oh no, actually I'm not going to show that just yet because I did that later. And then I did that one because it comes next, and I made these more of a rocky texture. So yeah, they're not soft. They're rocks, kind of gemish. Let's see what else. The next things, I guess it was just sort of a gradual process from there. So I guess I can show the skin this time. Kind of gave it much more depth because the skin takes up a lot of her body. And what was this one? Oh, that was the red things. I did those last, but it doesn't matter. Just show right now. Hair shading. Actually, once again, with like the Drunk Lydia piece, I did the highlights first. You probably remember this, maybe not. As you can see, it's just blended using the blend tool after I made a solid shapes of these highlights. And then I did the hair shading, of course, darker near the bottom. Gives that really nice shiny look to it. I'm still trying to improve it, hair shading, so it's not really that defined. Yeah, okay, I can show these now. Just more brighter spots around wherever, or her cheek, her nose, around the hands closest to the glowy heart of doom. And yeah, anything that's kind of bright and reflecty. Let's see. Oh yeah, of course, the rocky chunks. I gave a bit of some speck highlights there, some solid specks, and then duplicating them, blurred and add low. And then rock ambient occlusion just gives it more, well, it's not just ambient occlusion, it gives just more soft darkerness in addition to the solid shading, as well as here between the rocks are going to be darker than other parts of the rock, and it kind of like hides the line art around it too. But yeah, so there's all of the shading for the body in general. I'll just quickly show the tail. Actually, no, I'll do that later. I'll go for the face. Shading, basic thing. Eyebrows, the eyes. Her eye whites are now black because that's what she is. Her mouth. Her pupils. Oh yes, so this is a cool thing. I was referencing dragon eyes because she's kind of a draconic mermaid. So after playing around, I did this kind of effect. Self-explanatory though, it's just brush strokes and erases and what you can see here. Zooming back out. Now, here's the thing with the line art, is what I like to do, because Manga Studio and Clip Studio, I don't think Clip Studio, but for sure Manga Studio for me, I can't lock transparent pixels, which will let you just color only what's in that layer. The transparent pixels, you can't paint in them. So I just duplicated all pieces of the line art and then made them rasterized them, and then I just locked transparent pixels and then colored them so they wouldn't be just solid black. I kind of did some customization as far as what's kind of a reddish line art and what's more black and dark brown, so as you can kind of see there. Yeah, so now to the tail, which very basic, just a shading there, and same deal with the line art. Kind of a bit of a gradient, but yeah. Okay, so background done, main body done. line art done. Okay, so the next one, I think these two layers regard the eyes. Yeah, so get really shiny and glowy over the eyes here. I didn't label these, but oh well. And then kind of a light, like the eyes kind of emit light from there, so just a bit of a lighting, interactive lighting there. And that goes for all the shading for Dryrna. So now we go into the important, cool, well, not important, well, I mean, it's important, but everything is important. The cool final touches. Signature on her boob, because why not? Yeah, so yeah, tint, general orange tint. I used overlay this time. It's actually quite neat. I also tried color burn, but I think I like this one the best. Give her a fiery look. Light wrap, more integration into there. I also did some customized deselecting, because when you shrink a selection, kind of makes it more square. You probably understand it if you tried it, but yeah, it just, yeah, darkens, so stuff near the bottom, maybe around here too, just a little bit darker. Whoops, that's the one. And then yeah, that goes for all the art. There's an art backup here, because I like to make little backups when I'm going to be doing the blur and the brightness glow that I've probably shown you do, but I can go over it again. It's just a level correction, darkening the blacks, brightening the whites, blurring the shit out of it, and then going on screen and just reducing it, like it's really glowy like this, but you don't want that too much. Just kind of subtle. Same with the blur, same as the art backup piece, which is just the whole art in general before these effects. Blur it and then reduce it. Just adjust to the piece itself. Vignette, and I also have a palette piece that I just did for reference. You see there. That's also sometimes what I like to do, put in. But yeah, there you have it. And yeah, I made a demonic version as well, which it's blurred out, but I can also show it on, I'll post it on Patreon. Whoops, why did that do that? Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I can do more in the future if I get some more art out soon. Also working on stuff. Alright, see ya!